right, happy Thursday and welcome back to Loomis Card Craze. We are going to finalize the rebuild for the wonderful nuke that we did on all Pokemon cards. I did decide as I was redoing my boxes, the next item to nuke is my One Piece cards. It's not that many, it's only around 3,000, so it won't take me too terribly long. But as people hop into the video here, into chat, as the kids would say, I'll go ahead and just get everything set up. We will get started, all that fun jazz. But yeah, we're just working on relisting today. Nothing too crazy. Nothing out of character. Just kind of grinding. As we go through it, feel free to ask questions, comment, anything you want to chat about, you just let me know. And we will just kind of keep moving forward. As always, guys, thanks for being here. All right. We're going to go ahead and hop on in here and start scanning. If I can figure out where my paper stream is. It's a struggle today. All right. Let's make sure I got my folders all ready to go. I have way too many folders open. How's it going today? I feel like a creep. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, man. I hope your day is going spectacular. I'm just struggling to figure out which tab I need open. That's how my day's going today. And I'm struggling to keep cards from falling over. It seems to be a common theme of the day. They just keep tipping over in boxes. Should be good to go. All right. Let's finalize box 14. Good old paper stream. All right. Here comes the fun. I have about, 11,000 cards left to scan. My hope is to get them all scanned in today and just get it knocked out. So we'll see what the day brings. I'll probably be live for 2-3 hours. Maybe. We'll see what mood I'm in. You know, talking gets to be a lot sometimes, especially when it's to yourself. All right. I did change. Last time we talked, I had just fronts. I changed back to front and back for photos because it sounds like it affects your algorithm placement, which would explain why none of my cards have been selling since I made that choice. My views are down, all that fun stuff. And I've had a significant decrease, so I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll go back to front and backs, and we'll just kind of see what happens. Oh, hold on. Did my setting not save? I clicked the button. Let's try again. Let's get this reset. Yeah, that's the wrong button. All right. Nope, it must not have saved. Interesting. Oh, it did. Both sides, so why is it... Interesting. So if it's feeding front and back, why is it only showing the front? That seems silly. Cozy, you're the expert around here. It's not showing the back of my cards, but I got front and back flipped. So feeder, front and back. Why is it not flipping them? You're the expert. Help me, expert. At the end of the day, I don't really care. I can just add additional photos, but I could also just do stock photos of front and back. I see a lot of people doing that lately. That's just weird. It's weird that it is on. Let's make sure I don't scan the same ones in again. You and me both, man. You and me both. As you can tell by my waistline. It's about all I'm good at is eating. Especially lately. When you're home all day with the kids and they snack all day, and let me tell you, what is happening? Apparently I broke my scanner. Alright. Let's rename them. And I'm just, now it's showing front and back. What is even happening? Who knows? I'm going to wipe that quick in my folder and we'll start back over. Silly technology. Alright, let's try it again. Oh, how's everyone's day going today? Is it a great, fantastic day? I'm just kind of, and of course the backs are smeared. That's the main reason I turn backs off, is there's always seems to be scratch marks, smear marks on the backs of the cards. Those seem to be the hardest for me to keep clean. Not sure why though. Alright. 5th time's the charm, right? Something like that anyway. I'll turn the scanner off, that way my numbers reset, so I don't have to math. Mathing is the hardest part of this, in my humble opinion. I don't like to math. Alright, try again. First you fail, try again, right? Look at that. Still got some marks, but could be worse. Could always be worse. I did stop at 50. Today might be a day of technical issues. What the? Oh, I know. I know what happened. Because I have it set at 100 pages, I now need to change it to 200 pages. But I will keep it at 100 pages so I can finish my stack of 100. Exactly, Cozy. You just being here fixed it. I don't know why, but that's what happened. That's what I'm claiming happened anyway. Oh, today is a great day. We get to scan some cards in. It's a fun day. Alright, there's my stack of 100. Also, I gotta ask, Cozy, since you've been here for all the live streams, is my scanner louder lately than it is? I was on a Discord call with somebody the other night and I was scanning and they were like, holy smokes, that's loud. It's like, I just want to make sure I'm not blowing out Charles' eardrums. Because that would not be kind. Those of you that are just joining, if you have any questions about the software or what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, you just let me know. I am happy to chat, happy to ask questions. Is it super loud, Cozy? Do I need to figure out how to dampen it? Sounds tired. Yeah, I beat the crap out of this thing, man. Like today, like I said, I'll put 12,000 cards through it. I will beat the utter crap out of it. And my PC. I need to find a better way to store my photos rather than on the computer and in my recycle bin, because it just crushes it. It slows down like it is now and can't keep up. I don't want to kill it, but we got goals, man. We got stuff we got to do. Fair enough. Oh, it's amazing. The dogs never come in this room yet. There's always dog hair everywhere. Can't stop it. Just exists. Alright, next stack. Just kind of flying through them today. Claude is ready for me. Sorry, I'm just reading what Claude told me today. It's telling me how terrible I'm doing at life. Alright. Once we can answer a prompt, I'll answer in a second. So I have a video coming out this afternoon talking about collections and repeat sellers, people that reach out to you and want to buy or want to sell you their stuff. And it's like, sometimes if you don't have the financial capacity to do so, it gets tough. It gets very tough. But we try to muddle through it and try to keep it going as best as I can anyway. Two more stacks. I am really excited for this card holder to get in the next couple of days. That way I don't have to sit here and hold cards anymore. I don't want to wait to get these in because I'm working on some things this weekend and have some downtime. Hopefully I can go in and I can actually program them and set them up, and card uploader, that is. Get them all programmed, ready to go to the store. And I listed like 12,000 cards yesterday. Just trying to get through all the inventory and try to keep up with it all. That's the fun part. Yeah, my PC does not like this today. It's probably gonna crap out on me, I imagine. Alright, here's the 500. Reset free. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I was wondering why it was resetting, but that makes total sense. Last stack of 100 for this folder, and we'll move on to the next stack. this stack. I'm going to take a 30-second break and respond to... Actually, I might be able to do it while that feeds. Since it's low enough. I'm just going to respond to this prompt real fast to get it going. Yeah, vintage does sell a lot faster than modern. Very much so. All of my bulk lots always tend to just be modern with some like Sun and Moon and XY sprinkled in. I have one that has about 200 cards for like base set, fossil that I need to go through. But those take conditioning and all of that. And I'm not in the mood to condition lately. So I just only list near mint things. It's a character flaw. I know. I'm working on the database, getting a more accurate pricing system for it. I need 12 more cards. That way there's no pricing errors, and it should just be a simple slide in, slide out fix for the most part. So I'm learning a whole lot of new things the last couple weeks. A whole lot of new things. Whether it's good or bad, I haven't decided yet. But it has certainly changed my card business, let me tell you. The amount of things I can do with that website that just saves me time is extraordinary. To remove my last two, because I forgot it was gate kept at 100. Alright, there's my 100 stack. Boom. Alright, now we switch up folders. There, perfect. 500, that fit wonderfully. Alright, next 500 batch. Here we go. And this will finish this box, which puts me one step closer to being done. Isn't that exciting? You have 3,400 base set too. That's crazy. That's, wow. Those will sell like hotcakes, man. That's awesome. That may completely change your income there, Cozy. Be flying. Have you decided what you're going to floor those at? If you're going to do the 199 floor, or if you're going to... I know some folks floor like base set and that at like $3.99. So just kind of curious what you were thinking. Sorry, I'm just pulling more cards out. Getting my boxes. All right. To reset my scanner again so my number doesn't throw me off. You're not selling those. I feel that. Well, you don't want to pack 300 orders a day? You're no fun. I feel that though. Once the website officially launches in middle of July and or beginning of August, I'm going to start crunching cards again and get everything I have listed. I'll mark all my prices back down to what they were to move on. And I'll go back to 250, 300 cards sales a day, if not more. Completely get it. Right now I'm just kind of letting it lie and spending the time working on the database. If I hadn't nuked my store, I'd probably just not be listing cards right now, but figured I should probably at least get that back up and going, and I want to nuke my One Piece next, and that will be that won't be terrible. It's only like 3,000 cards, so I should be able to do that all in one day. The matching piece will be a little challenging because I just don't know One Piece as well. But the reason for doing that is I'm looking to, as you all know and I've talked, I bought a significant more amount of One Piece. I think I have like 7,000 One Piece rares, uncommons, commons, sitting in boxes over here that I need to go through and list and all of that. So this will allow me a better picture of all of my One Piece if it's all skewed and not just my cluster I used to have. And it'll show me what's there and not there, and yeah, it's the right thing to do. Not the easy thing to do, but definitely the right thing. We just kind of keep chugging along. I'm very much looking forward to getting this feeding tray. It'll save a lot of time. As you can see, these are a mix of different sets. Most of them Paldean Fates. Oh, I got a whole bunch of, what is that? Sword and Shield base coming up, it looks like. Some sun, a lot of Sun and Moon, looks like. That'll be next on the docket here. So, again, I don't sort, I don't organize, I just dump. And I go. Some of them are organized just from when people sell them to me. They're organized, but other than that, it is just a dump and go kind of charade around here. Why the heck not? Those are all trick or trade, yep. Trying to get all my trick or trades together, make that a little bit easier. Got quite a bit of those too. Alright, we're going for another scan. 700, perfect. Making sure my math is on. We all know how challenging math can be some days. Thanks everyone for joining today. Just kind of hanging out and scanning in cards. Said earlier, but those of you who just joined. Any questions you have on the website that I'm building, any questions on my inventory, happy to answer. And just looking forward to chatting and listing and killing some time this afternoon. Here we go. Another 100 stack done. Oh, there's the Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon's always interesting for me to price, because I don't want to just floor them at the common $199.99 when they're near mint cards, but it's finding that right balance of what the price is, what the price should be. It's big. It's very, very complex in my opinion when you floor stuff the way I do. But when I auto price them with my tool, it just goes based on market price and a certain percentage, so my pricing ultimately doesn't matter, is what I'm learning. I'm just kind of running with it and seeing what we can do, what we can come up with. I'm using my inventory kind of as the dummy for the website of, if I sell something 50% off, oh well. It's not ideal, right? But I don't have any of my top tier cards in the formulas or any of that. So if I sell a card I bought for 2 cents for $4 rather than 8, is what it is, right? We're building something. Takes risk. Just grab enough cards. Takes risks, and we just kind of go about it. Dogs, how we doing today, my friend? You getting all your cards relisted? since you did what I did, and it's shenanigans. It's fun. But I'll be right there with you again here soon. I'm going to do my One Piece and probably my Yu-Gi-Oh! Eventually. I should do my sports, but there's no great way of you doing sports right now, and it might make me very frustrated because I don't want to pay for Card Dealer Pro or anything like that again to get sports done. Got 500 scans. Nice. Remind me again, what scanner do you have? Yeah, Tate, I'm happy to pop over and answer that. Yeah, let me pull it up here. So it's very simple. It's just like any other platform that offers it. So like TCG tracking, SortSwift, anything like that. So anytime this button is clicked and that says pull my inventory, it synchronizes your inventory with TCG Player and eBay, all with the click of a button. I'm going to make sure I don't have anything that's gonna... Oh, those should be fine. Yeah, how many are there just in case? 242. Let me write that number down real fast. Okay. All right, so I clicked pull inventory. Essentially, it pops up a window that says, here's exactly what it's syncing, right? So it's syncing every active listing, plus your recent orders, plus your fees and shipping from eBay. TCG Player, it syncs your inventory, your orders that are ready to ship. So with the orders, it also syncs your financials. I have not tied it in yet, but my goal is to finalize it today, where once you have a sale on TCG Player, you click the sold button in the software and it talks back to TCG Player. So I'll go ahead and start my sync here. So it shows that it's connecting to eBay first, and it takes probably 5 minutes. So the first run of the day, or your sign in, I should say, and I haven't done it since I signed back in, it does a full inventory sync for eBay. So you can see I have 91 pages of 200 listings. That's what? Roughly I have 20,000 listings. So it's cycling every single listing to make sure that it doesn't need to be updated, any of those pieces. So it does take a minute if you have a larger inventory, but if you have a smaller inventory, it is significantly less time. So as that goes, I'm going to scan in another batch here, and we'll kind of keep walking through it. So next, what it's going to do is it's going to track orders. So any orders that come in from eBay since the last time I signed in, it will track. So I have not, actually I did have one. So it'll sync, and I'll show you what that looks like on the actual platform as well. So it'll sync it, it'll pull it in, and essentially it'll tell me I need to pick the card and package it up. So I'll get these 100 scanned in. Pop over here, make sure it's still going. Yep, it's on 42 of 91. So like I said, it does take a minute just with the size of my inventory. So, and I have it set that way it physically touches every single card. I have been a part of different platforms that doesn't touch every card every run, just ones that it thinks it's sold based on the orders, and sometimes it misses any manual inventory changes, stuff like that. So I wanted to ensure that did not happen, because there's nothing more frustrating than overselling or finding out you have inventory still in your system if you happen to manually change a card. So first run of the day, it checks every single one. After that, it only checks ones that have sold since you've been online on the platform. So there you go, 71 of 91. So as that finishes, I'm going to move my boxes around here because I've just filled this one. Alright, we're 85 and 91. So if you watch up here, it's going to tell you exactly what happens next once it finishes those pages. So it's saving it. It read it all. Now it's saving it. I have 18,088 listings, which would match based on the 91 pages. I just threw 20,000 out there because I didn't want to do math. So it'll tell you 98%. And then it'll switch over here. You can either close it. So if you close it, it auto loads anyway. It doesn't matter if you close it or not. I just kind of like watching. And then it syncs orders. So it's syncing since what went through last. And then it also syncs the finances. So finances, it also syncs every time just to make sure it's not missing anything. So it pulls in your shipping labels. It pulls in all of those pieces, right? So, ooh, look at that. My Prismatic Evolutions ETBs just got here. Nice. That makes sense, dogs. That won't be too bad. Only 123 cards. That's an easy wipe. So yeah, it's synced all of eBay. So here in a second, you'll see it pop up with the message saying it's syncing TCG Player. So right there, it's pulling my quantity. And it should pop up here in a second. There you go. It's staging it. So it doesn't do a sync traditionally like the eBay does, but it's auto-resolving anything that's in TCG Player. And it pulls it back in. So you can see I had a sale on TCG Player, so just pulled it in. So if we go back to inventory here, looks like I had 8 on TCG Player, which wasn't in the inventory, which is fine. So yeah, all of that is now synced. So both my TCG Player and my eBay inventory are completely matched now. So I don't have to worry about overselling. I don't have to worry about any of those pieces. So that makes it a lot easier. So if I go to orders and I go to TCG Player. So TCG Player is different because we don't have straight API with them, right? So it doesn't straight pull it in based on time. It just pulls it in based on when it registered. So if we go to pick list, it'll show the Dawn card of, okay, this is what you sold. So easy peasy. Any questions on that? That was mainly all high level of how it works, how it functions, all of that fun stuff. Alright. While you write down your questions, I am going to give Mr. Claude another prep here. No, so you don't have to touch a CSV. That, what I just did, matched my inventory with it. So it went into this inventory page. So on, I guess I should have showed that, huh? On the sync to TCG page here, it's going to pop up and say, I need 4,781 cards added. So needs update, and then I have 3696 new. So the needs update are anything that's decremented on eBay, anything that I've ended. I ended a whole bunch of cards, all that fun stuff. Any price changes, that kind of thing. So you would click Sync to TCG Player. It's then going to pop up and say, okay, 2 rows have market over 3 times eBay listing pricing. So some of the tricky part with TCG Player, and not just me, right? It's card uploader you see, you have to manually change them. Same with all the others. Sometimes cards don't match by the item ID that's tied into TCG Player. I am working on honing that down and making it so there's less issues. So I have 2 cards that was affected. This tells you anytime it's outside the window of, hey, you should probably look at these cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and click OK so you can see the process. And I just know I need to go in and change those 2. So I click OK. It tells you, okay, you're conforming TCG Player. I'm adding 5,469 cards to my current quantity, and I'm removing the 286. So it's removing total of 1491. Click OK and saying, do you want to stage them? Yep. They now go to my staged inventory. So it pops up CSV in case you want to edit it, all that fun stuff. You can also set it so it goes to your live inventory. I have not done that yet just because I've been messing with it, all that fun stuff. So if we go to my staged inventory, it all populated. You can't see the CSV, it's on my other screen. And then I'm just going to pop it over to live, and all of my things should now be there. So we're getting there. Yeah. Yep. That's the issue with like the scans, dogs, is it thinks it's a promo. So I am working on those matching. That's kind of why I was thinking about tying in the card scanner matching, like actually the scan and identify. Because if you think about it, when you put cards through Card Uploader, TCG Automate, whatever software you're using, right? You're matching the card manually. Like I had one yesterday. I put a batch of 100 cards into Card Uploader. It was Pokemon, mind you, reverse holos. I had to touch 47 of those cards. Now that's barely under 50%, right? That's almost darn near 50% of cards I had to manually touch to identify. But so now from an inventory perspective, you're now good on Card Uploader because you went in and manually changed it. When you're not a scan and identify software, you have to try to figure out how do you work around those pieces, right? How do you adapt it? Because you're right, it's not going to be perfect. There is going to be some manual work unless I choose to go down the scan and identify rabbit hole. Yeah, the ball energy cards, they're tough, man. I had one yesterday. I actually sent the photo to somebody. I will pull it up here. I'll export it and show you. So this was my match on Card Uploader. Glimmet matched to a Dark Gyarados from Celebrations. Don't ask me why. But those are the kind of matches that I get. So it's how do we go around and how do we prevent some of this? Because you're right. Unless you're manually touching them, there's always going to be a risk. So on the inventory tab, there's a rematch button that you can go in and manually rematch your cards that aren't matched. So like right now I have 984 and I'm working on cleaning that up. So a lot of them are items that don't qualify for matching, like sleeves, tops cards, sports I think is in here as well. So I'm working on how do I clean this up so it only shows your Pokemon cards that should match. So if I go here, I'm just trying to find one that I know I can match pretty easily. So this one, Great Tusk. You'll click the Find Match button, and there's a bug in it right now I need to fix. But it'll pop up with essentially your drop down, same as you would use on any other software. Great Tusk EX. Pop up the cards. You'll then select the card, which doesn't want to pop up for some reason. So I just knocked over a whole bunch of cards. Oh well. So Great Tusk. You get the point. It matches. It tracks it. All that fun stuff. So looks like that one's not in my catalog. But yeah, so we're working through those pieces. It's still in beta, so by the time it releases to the general public, it should be mostly functional with some caveats of like the symbols, that kind of stuff. So you sold 4 holo colorless double energies. That's awesome. Nice work, Tan. That's good stuff. I'm excited. My ETBs got here. Nice. For those of you that are newer to this channel, so I'm ridiculous. I'm not looking to scale the way normal folks think you're scaling when you're creating a TCG business. I buy bulk lots. That's 98% of what I buy. Just cheap commons, uncommons, reverse holos, and I cross list them. TCG Player, eBay, working on how do I get them on collects as well, that kind of thing. Where once I pay off my lot and it's 5% above where it was, I will go in and I will buy sealed with that profit. It's no longer, okay, I'm going to put everything back into the business. It's, nope, I take 5% on top of what I paid for that lot. I put that back into the business so I can continue to scale and buy more bulk. But everything else goes straight into sealed. So looking to grow my sealed, that way in 5-10 years, I can just say have a great life, and I'm going to run away with my Pokemon that probably is zero value at that point, and I'm going to have a great house builder. I can use the ETBs to stack columns. It's going to be great. Going to be great. Oh, I need to read this Claude prompt. Un momento. Any other questions you got, Tate? The item I'm working on now, you guys might find interesting. I don't mind showing you my Claude prompt. He just prompts it and helps me kind of suggest it. I'm working on a consignment tracker as well. So how do we track consignment and all of that? So if you have somebody consign you their stuff, just like my card lots on my card shows, you could go in and create, okay, I have this many cards for this percentage I need to give them. Those kind of things of, okay, here's the total value. As cards sell, it shows what percentage I need to give them, what percentage I keep, all of those different features. I know a lot of folks that do consignment, especially on like card shows, myself included. So it's how do we track it and better model it kind of thing. So 2 seconds here. All right, that is done. Yeah, you do consignment. Yep, exactly. That's what I'm looking to help with, and I'm trying to make this a one-stop shop, guys, where people aren't stressing and we can just kind of all work together and grow something fun and exciting. I don't want to do too many things, right, of all these different features, and I'm more looking for stuff that makes sense at this point of, okay, if you do card shows, you're probably also doing consignment, right? There's a lot of us that do, and so different pieces. So I appreciate that, Tate, very much so. I'm also looking at, in the future growth, how do I expand outside of just cardboard? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'll sometimes sell like ETB sleeves, right? You guys saw that when I was doing the matcher. ETB sleeves or jerseys, baseballs. I know a lot of people do like memorabilia or what is it, Funko Pops. How do we incorporate that in here? So if you sell all these different things, you have an inventory tracker for everything. I know a few folks in Discord, they also sell multiple other items. So they resell, they go to garage sales and flea markets and the stuff, and they resell other product. Why not build this out for them as well? They can track all of their products. So yeah, so the way I would build it out is you could tie in multiple stores to an account, essentially like a parent account. Here's your main login, here's your subs, that kind of thing. Because yeah, I know a lot of people, like I don't know if you watch It's Phantom on YouTube, but he was talking in a video, he has a store just for Magic, and then he has his Pokemon store. I know a lot of people do that, especially in like the sports world. A lot of people will do like a memorabilia store and a cardboard store, that kind of thing. So yeah, cozy if you weren't so lazy. I feel that. I think my biggest frustration with everything, Tate, and kind of why I built this was I was spending so much darn time on my spreadsheets of tracking everything of, okay, how much did I spend this month? How much did I make on this card? How much did I make on this for taxes and all that kind of stuff? If I can build it out, I'm also working on building out for me, and I may not release this to the public just until I have like lawyers review it and that kind of thing. But I'm working on releasing a tax tracker. So the different taxes that you pay in, it pulls out how much percentage you should track, and all of that, being able to label it based on state, based on if you're an LLC or not, being able to tie all of those things to it, because those were my biggest headaches, especially starting when you don't necessarily know what you're doing. and you get that first year above $10,000 and you go to do your taxes and you're like, holy, I owe $20,000. That's drastic, right? But you get the example. So it's how do we work around that? You sort, Tate? I don't sort. Absolutely will I never sort. I scan. That's about it. Yeah, dogs, I am looking at how do I add. Yeah. So that's the nice thing about AI and the people I can call and ask questions to. They have that experience. I absolutely do not. You could ask me a question that's about some of the tax stuff that'll be on the website, and I'll look at you with doe eyes of, what the heck did you just say to me? Because that's not my world. I use the Ricoh FI 8170. I use and abuse the absolute hell out of it. All right, let's make sure my box is correct. Box 1. Okay. All right. Gonna set up my next box and get back to scanning. Unless you wanted to see anything else on the site, happy to walk through any piece of it. Oh, you don't want to know the answer to that. It's going to make you cry. Right now, I'm paying $200 a month for Claude. It is an exorbitant amount of money, but I think sometimes it gets lost at the fact that I built this for myself, right? So everything I'm doing, I would still be doing if I was not marketing this to the public. That's kind of where this started. Is there wasn't anything outside of very expensive software that is remotely near what I needed for where I'm at financially, where I'm looking to grow to. So it was one of those where I just kind of built it for myself, and yeah. So yeah. But yeah, if you look up other softwares, there's some softwares out there that charge $140, $150 a month for something similar to this. So to me, $200 a month right now to build my own is worth it. Yep. Agreed, dogs. It is. Yeah. Just so you all know, it is published on the website. Obviously, if we get friggin' throttled, it may change in 6 months, a year, what have you. Loomis Live will be starting at $9.99 a month, or you could do $105 for a year. Save $15, so a month and a half if you did a year up front. So my goal is to keep it cheap. I just want to keep it at my cost. This isn't, again, I made it for myself. I'm not here to make a boatloads of money. I'm just here to sustain, and we'll kind of see where it takes us. So I'm excited to get it off the floor running. And don't get me wrong, there's still some bugs that we're working out, and I'm very grateful to my beta testers who have been with me through this and continue to help me work through all the issues, and because there are issues. I'm not going to lie about that, but that's like any software, right? That's why you have beta testers, to find those issues. My computer is not my friend today. Didn't realize I had energies in this stack. Yeah, bugs are a good thing. Cozy, I'll tell you what. You send me your most expensive Snorlax and we can talk. I'm just kidding. That Snorlax probably paid for my house. Your collection, Cozy, never ceases to amaze me when you post photos of stuff you buy. Never ceases to amaze me. I know I said this earlier in the stream, but I'm going to say it again because it continues to be a thorn in my side. I am very excited for my card holder that will be coming soon that I can stack 1,000 cards in and not have to do this. Not consistently be standing here. Could just be staring at the screen, clicking buttons. Could be going through the website. Oh, I feel that, Cozy. I feel that. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think I shared earlier in Discord. If you aren't a part of my Discord, it's a great place. We're having lots of fun conversations. My wife made a comment, and I rebutted with a comment that wasn't very friendly last night, and she proceeded to throw watermelon at me. So that doesn't sum up my marriage. I don't know what does. Does she snore? That's a good one. That's funny. I think we all snore. Wives included. Children included. My son snores louder than I do, which is just crazy. Got the baby monitor up and it sounds like he's dying half the nights. It is a healthy marriage. That's the best part. Don't like a Snorlax. I'm going to use that one, Cozy. I'm going to steal that one from you. Yeah, we don't have that issue there. They really are, aren't they, Tri-State? They are great. My wife was giving me crap, dog, so I don't sleep very much. I sleep about, on average, 2 to 3 hours a night, if that. Just with everything going on in life and the kids and just trying to get this up and running, cards, all that fun stuff. So she was giving me crap the other day. I was like, "You're never in bed anymore." I'm like, "No." Like, start having the dog sleep with you. That didn't go over very well. I got yelled at about that one. And if the sounds of the scanner are too much, let me know. I can switch over to something else. I don't want to drive anyone too crazy. Let's check on this. It's still loading. I like it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I haven't broke anything yet. I only got, 2 boxes left? We're getting close. Getting close to the redone. It's like printing money. Yeah, you're not wrong. As you can see, most of it's commons, uncommons, some reverse hollows mixed in, some Pokeballs mixed in. I will definitely, I know somebody said something about the holder, dogs did. Once I get it up and running and figure out how it works, I'll probably do a video on it, if it's beneficial or not. It's not cheap. It's $300. Did you say I'm Mormon? I'm not Mormon. What are you talking about? I am absolutely not Mormon. Don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with being Mormon. My best friend is Mormon. But I am not. I already got in trouble once. We are flying through scans. I love it. 300 isn't that much. Yeah, fair. I think it's just the chunk with everything else I'm spending right now. That's why I'm like, I was a little hesitant on it, but then I got to thinking about my workflow, and it just completely changes. It changes the game for me. Yeah, absolutely. So, Tiger, it's all. I get if I'm understanding your question correctly. So, let me reread it again. Cast groups dwindled down as long as I have the ability to merge the groups together into one of the group names or make a new group. So, I guess your question, are you talking combine groups? So you can combine existing listings as well. So if you have cards that are already on eBay that are existing, you can match them. So like here, I've been leaving some of them in here for this exact reason. So I have box 20. I have the Loxic Paradox Rift, same card here. So you can swap it. So the parent changes. Same with the Probass. Swap, 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 swappity swap. And they now go to the new box just to combine them all into one SKU. I just like doing the older SKUs because they sell. The older SKUs tend to have more sales associated with them, so they sell a little better. Does that answer your question? So dogs, to catch them, you can purchase, I think it was like an extra $10, and I bought it. There's a stand that raises your scanner, and then a catch box that kind of attaches to the bottom to do it. Right now, I have a lovely ETB with a little saran styrofoam thing in there just to protect the edges and that kind of thing. But yeah, it completely, I think it'll completely change the game. Hopefully, anyway, for me. Because think of all the things I could be showing and doing right now if I wasn't actually scanning. So to finalize that Tiger, you can see I'm just pushing them now. So it's combining actively on eBay. It's showing the combines. And it is now 6 less. So real time, it combined them, knocked them out. All done on that front. Speaking of, I have 200 I need to list, so let me do that real fast while I'm here. So I will say, full disclosure, this software does not list the fastest. I designed it like that for a reason, so it does a full analysis. So I don't want to take a chance of it going through and putting it on eBay without duplicating. So you can see here, when I'm adding them to eBay, it is actively merging to exact titles. So it's not merging to like similar. It only merges to something with the exact same title. And you can see when I don't have a card that exists in there, it's doing a new list. So I have 7 listed, 4 merged. So 4 of them, the commons, have all been merged listings, and then the reverses are all new listings. I just know that because I don't have very much Stellar Crown listed currently. So it's pretty easy. It shows you real time what's been merged. I'm setting it up so you can pull a report as well. I don't have it built out yet, but you could pull a report. Let's just say a button click right here that pulls out. It shows you the cards that have been merged, all of those pieces. Yeah, I don't have room, Cozy. I don't have room. I know a lot of people do artist names. I don't. Bite me. I'm just kidding. Sorry, just responding to a Discord message real fast. It's always something. Wow, look at that. Claudius is done. I'm gonna sick him on more stuff. I use Claude in tandem of what I'm doing, so we work together and it helps me save a lot of time. You do artist name? Yeah, I know a lot of folks do. I just don't. I probably should, because I know people seek just the artist sometimes. And locations. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So I actually just did that earlier. I can't do the full thing now because I have a sync going, but I can show you what it looks like. So this site is designed, and I can, oops, don't click that button. I can show you here. I'm going to pull up my all listings. So let's just say I want to relabel these SKUs. Frick, I'll do all of them. I don't care. These 50. So you can also sort at the bottom here how many you want on a page. If you want 500 on a page, 200, 150, whatever you want. So edit selected. You go to change SKUs. That's not going to let me. Sometimes it'll pop up the box and not. So I have it set so you can't duplicate actions when it's going through. But essentially, you would click that change SKU button. It's going to pop up a box that says, okay, what part of the SKU do you want to change? So let's just say I want to change a full thing, which I did earlier. So let's just do box 8L. So if I want to change all of my box 8s, which is 45 cards in box 8L column, because I have a bunch of duplicates, as you can see here, I would click card matching, or not card matching, I would click the drop down, change SKUs. It would then change the master SKU. So child SKUs would stay the same. You could go into, that's a great point. I have not added that feature yet, which I absolutely will, because that is a really good thing to note. Change child SKU. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. That's great. That's great feedback. Now I can go in and add it. So essentially what I envision is you would go into the Combine tab for all of your existing SKUs. Right now there is a search button, so you could just do box 9, whatever. It'll pull up all of your box, excuse me, all of your box 9s, including your child SKUs. You could then go in and change them. So yes, that is a great thing to add. So thank you. I'll be honest, I didn't think of that. That may bone me right now because I moved a whole bunch of SKUs to not the child SKUs. Huh. All right. That is awesome to think about. Thank you for that. Boy, you don't like the way I type? I know, my mechanical keyboard is bananas. Very loud. Very, very loud. Ah, gotcha. No, that's a great question. Yep, that's where I'm. Yep, I'll be honest, dogs. I think I boned myself. There's only 400 cards, so not that big of a deal. Easy fix. But, yo, that's a very great point. And I very much appreciate you saying that because I did not even think about it. So that is great to know. Right. 200 more in this 500 stack. Anybody else want to see anything on the website? Happy to go through anything. Whoa. The scanner didn't like that stack of cards, apparently. I have too many. Too many. Anybody buy any fun collections lately? Anything fun happening? Just listing my bulk. My bulky bulk, as it's called. I didn't realize what time it was. The day's just flying by. There's my 100. Perfect. No, I very much appreciate it, man. Very much so. That's going to save me a very big headache in the future. So, that's awesome. Cozy, just pull the trigger, man. If you're thinking that much about it. what's the worst that happens? You lose $50 and 20 hours of time. Yeah, the goal is to never lose any child SKUs, dogs, because I don't track it like that. I can even show you. So if I go to here, let's just do one I did earlier. What box was that? Box 24. Box 24. So all of these I moved today because they were Yu-Gi-Oh! So as you can see, all of these are still associated in the old box. So it's, okay, how do I move those now? Which, again, not a big deal, right? Realistically, I would know, but when I get to box 14 and refill that box, because that's where they came from, I'm now going to have a duplicate SKU issue, which is going to throw off the inventory. And so, yeah, keeping these SKUs like this is not an option. So I should be able to build something. I'm not worried about it. Take me 2 minutes. Not worried at all. It's just I didn't think of it. So it's very nice to know. That's why we do beta tests. Something like that. Oh. Anybody want to come scan and list this stack of cards for me? They're all Pokeballs, which means I'm going to have to manually touch every single one of them in Card Uploader, which is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Those might be the end of my day. So I don't have to deal with it. That could be a this weekend project. Oh, man. Next deck. Yep. Very much so. And as much as I'm knocking on it, I don't blame it. Like, dude, you can't train software like that. I completely get it. It's just a hassle. It just takes time. There's no perfect software out there. Maybe somebody in this chat will develop one. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. From a scanning perspective. Yeah, Pokeballs are hit and miss. So I have found that I actually used my set lot feature on Pokeballs. I had enough, believe it or not. And I put it at $50 for Pokeballs for all the Prismatic Evolutions. And it sold. So, I mean, you think I got the cards for what? 2 cents a piece, and they had 140 of them sold for $50. I was okay with it. It moved them. It got them out of my inventory. And I made some money on it. And it was a good old time. No, I think as I finalize my inventory and completely build it out, everything I have, I think that set lot feature is going to be huge in moving some quantity. I am super excited to use it. Outside of the little bit that I have. That was the only one I've done so far, so. Yeah, that would be nice. I struggle, Cozy, with like the deck exclusive sometimes, knowing which one is supposed to be an exclusive, which one is not. If you don't know the set very well, you're like, okay, is it supposed to be hollow? Is it supposed to be not? It's just one of those. Like I had some for Sword and Shield, no, Sun and Moon, that ended up being a deck exclusive, but I was like, I have no idea. Because it popped up as one, and you have 1,100 scan to uploader? Nice. I have what? How many do I have to put in there? 1,000, 1,500, 20, 2,000. I have about 2,500 I need to put in there. I tend to just scan everything, and I'm very systemic in the way I do it. I scan them all, then I upload them all while I work on other things, and then I match them all as I work on other things, and just systemically. I'd rather scan a whole bunch of cards at the same time, and again, that'll change once I get that holder. I won't have to stand here and physically hold the cards in. But. Yeah, I tried to do that, and then I would lose track of which ones I've done, and I sometimes end up doing two at the same time, and it's just not a pleasant experience. I was struggling. We'll just say that. Sometimes I'll do it, but... You mean I'm the reason you don't upload at night? Because I usually do all my uploads at night. Usually about 11, 12 o'clock. For that very reason. I'll dump 20, 30 things in there and go to bed. Usually about 1 I'll start it. That way, come 3 I'll have 1 or 2 that's kicked in. I can do those quick to get my listings for the day and then go to bed. Yep, exactly, Tri-State. Except, I'm going to have it stop at 100 cards. That way I can pull the SKUs. I'm still going to do exactly what I'm doing now, but I won't have to sit there and hold the cards. I'll be able to do stuff in between scans and those kind of things. Did you say night is 8 p.m.? Oh, sleep when you're dead, man. Live your life. Enjoy it. No, it comes in tomorrow. Yeah, today's Thursday, right? Yep, it'll get here tomorrow. My prismatic ETBs got in, though. I'm excited. They're still sitting on my front step. They weren't supposed to come in until Monday, but I got a notification this morning they were in town. I was like, holy smokes, I'm excited. Add those into my investment category. I need to go through all of my sealed and all of my single investments and update it on the website because none of my numbers are accurate. They're all significantly outdated. I don't know if I've kind of gone in depth at all on that, but this is probably one of my favorite parts of the website just because I invest so much. So if you go to investment dashboard, it shows your values, it shows what you spent, it shows your P&L, all that fun stuff, right? So if I go to singles, it has all of my singles, not all because obviously I haven't updated it. You can see what the last entry was January 20th. So you go here, you select whatever card you want, and it'll pop up what the current value is. So if you go in, add a product, let's just say, I think I have not added a delete button. I need to do that because why would you not delete stuff, right? Silly me. But let's just say this Misty Psyduck, great example. I bought it when it was $73. Now it's $80. So I click catalog. It then pulls it in of, okay, your total market value is $80.16. Your Unreal P&L is $6.80. So I have it built out here. So if you put your cursor on it, you can see what it would be if you sold it on eBay. So with shipping fees and the 13% fee, that kind of thing. So Cozy, I bought my prismatic ETBs at 160, which is a lot, but I don't think they're going to go back down. So I've just been cost averaging in as I get funds from the bulk. So, but yeah, this will track real time what it is. So if I do my Mimikyu Pokemon Center right here, it's 75. So you can see I paid $788 for the 14 copies. Market value is currently $79.55. So total market's $1,100. I am up about $600. That math doesn't math. I'm gonna have to look into that because that math doesn't math. If I paid $788 total, but total market is 11. All right, that's not perfect yet. We're working on it, but that kind of shows an example of what it is. So. Sealed's more accurate because I spent more time on sealed because sealed is awesome. So again, this is not updated, so take it for what it is. It's not my actual numbers. So Destin Rivals booster boxes, this says I have 20, which I don't actually have that many. This is how much was invested. This is total market. So up about $3,800. So I continue to put a lot of money into sealed. That's why this is not accurate, because I've moved out of some of these positions into new positions. I need to go through and get an actual physical count one of these days. Just spend an entire day going through my sealed, my singles, all of that stuff. Because this single shows me what? I need my back button. This shows I have, where's my Charizards? This shows I have 5 Charizards. Yeah, I have 10 of them. Yep, I've been going pretty heavy on the 151 Charizard. So I need to go in here and do all that. I also want to tie the titles to the actual match, the bind. So this would then pop up over here, all that fun stuff. So it shows the set, that kind of thing. So it's not your writing that you typed in. It overrides it from the market, boom, kind of thing. So like here, if you type a new one in, if I do, let's just say Blastoise from 151. Right there. Pop it up, shows value. Japanese version is in there as well. You can add them and type your value in, that kind of thing. So easy, quick. Yeah, sealed is my favorite. I'm one of those. Don't think less of me. Like I said, maybe one day I'll use it to build a house physically, brick by brick, because it'll just be cardboard. All right, back to scanning. Any other questions? I love these questions. These are fun. That's why I do lives. Should also have a video populating here in about 16 minutes. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Oh, my voice is fading. I've been doing this, what, how long now? Hour and 20. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm curious to see how my PC is going to handle the card holder, because I'll be able to put a lot more through than I am now. Maybe it's time to upgrade computers. That gets expensive very quickly. What's wrong? The button click. I am struggling with my buttons today. Alright. Next deck. Like I said, I'm saving those Pokeballs for later. They are unkind to me. Actually, I might do it this next 100 after this one. That way they're just the end of a row. Make it easier. All right, another stack of 100. Here we go. Looks like I got some EXs in this one. Jiminy Christmas. Like I said, I don't sort, I don't organize. I just take cards and I dump them in. I'm a heathen. 100% a heathen. But it's fun. Cozy, you can help me list my Pokeballs any day, my friend. Any day and twice on Sunday. Take all these labels off these darn box. These darn kids. It still amazes me how dumb I was when I first started doing this. It's like, oh yeah, this method will work. Nope. So now I spend more time fixing what I broke when I started than I do anything else, it seems. But that's how we learn, right? You live, you learn, you laugh, you love. What's the saying, right? Something like that. Live, laugh, love. I think Cozy knows that one. I wouldn't be surprised if he says that as a life mantra every morning when he gets up. To his mirror, to his wife. We're going to live, laugh, love today. It's going to be a good day. Tell me I'm wrong, Cozy. Tell me I'm wrong. Alright, here come the balls of the pokies. Actually, I see a scrape. I see some dirt. I'm going to wipe the dirt off. Heck no, she has it on the walls. I feel that. One of our friends the other night asked me a question about, hey, do you want to do this? And I was like, you got to ask her. She's got my balls in her purse. Like, I feel that. I do what I'm told. Told my wife I'd rather sleep on the couch some days, and she just laughed at me. She's like, you're just being silly. Like, yeah, most days. Whoa. I almost just knocked over 500 cards. That would have been really sad. That would have been a really sad day. Because they all would have gone on the floor. Alright. Alright, Cozy, this scan is just for you. For you and only you. To give you back something you lost. Those sleeves are not helping. Can't even see the Pokeballs. You can barely see them a little bit. I should probably figure out how to work my settings a little better to actually show the Pokeballs, huh? But to be fair, I don't really care enough. But I probably should nonetheless. Make it a little cleaner. Alright, that's that 1,000 stick. Alright, on to the next one. I feel that, Cozy. It can be our little secret. Just don't tell her that. M1 is the column we're going to now. Switch over my folder. And we start scanning again. I need to get a third monitor set up. I had 5 monitors at one point, and then it just got to be too much. But with the streams, second monitor or third monitor might be nice. So I have my phone for the chat, which is why I keep looking down. It'd be nice to have another monitor like over here that shows chat and all that fun jazz. That way I don't look like I have something going on, always going, huh? Huh? Bowing my head. Oh, today is a good day. Today is a great day. Why are you breaking there, Mr. Scanner? I think I broke it. It doesn't like me today. Slowing down. Oh, that was 100, wasn't it? Oh, math is hard. Why did I make myself have to do math? I'm going to restart my scanner because I did that. I don't want to math today. You can't make me. This isn't school anymore. That's what the kids say, right? box is about done. Then I have 2 more, and that is it for the Pokemon rebuild. Then we get to rebuild One Piece. And then maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Still a sore subject. I still have 7,000 cards sitting on my table. I need to eventually go through all those, but yikes. Alright, next 100. Here we go. I feel like I'm just talking to myself. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, let me know. I'm just mumbling. Mumble. To keep it interesting. Got what? 4,000. Got about 6,000 cards left. That's not bad. Then we'll end all my One Piece listings, and I should be keeping track of how this is going. Perfect. All of my cards are listed. So if you wanted to see the SKU system, just let me know. Happy to walk through that. Now that all those are synced, just make sure I don't have an extra tab. I tend to open 100 tabs usually. Don't ask me why. It just tends to get open. Oops, I need to move these. I should, while I'm thinking about it, I'm actually going to push. Should be good, perfect. I like it. I'll do a refresh here. There we go. Wonderful. In one SKU. Yeah, I'll be honest. I think I have 30 to 40 of the Mega Brave Snorlax, the Japanese one. I tend to get those a lot in collections, Japanese collections that I buy, I should say. Those tend to be around. No, I don't usually grade stuff. I've tried grading plays, and with me being colorblind, I really struggle with grading because I don't always see the blemishes, and I struggle at seeing what is centered just because obviously I know the edges are gray, right, as they come through, but I struggle to see if it's centered or not, and from value perspective, it's just not worth it to me. I'll sometimes buy graded cards, but I've done 2 submissions to PSA, and I think each time I had a 20% 10 rate. So, value-wise, it's just not worth it to me. I had a setup where I had it set up where I was going to send out an order to CGC, but that ended up not happening, and then the prices increased with everybody, and so I still have probably $400 or $500 worth of card value just sitting here. So, yes, the promo weights, they crushed my soul. If I ever had a soul to begin with is a questionable question, but hurt my heart nonetheless. Very much so. All right, 2 more stacks of 100 for this folder. I'm moving slow today. Normally I'm a lot faster, but I do what, Tate? I said a lot of things in the last minute. All my cards set up for grading? Yeah. They are just sitting here. Got the Mega Charizard YEX. That's what, a $50 card. The Destined Rival stamped Articuno. I'll have it sold. Not most days. Got Deoxys. I was going to send 3 of my Blastoise EXs from 151 just to see what that did, but I was going to send a lot of these Numel Ditto promos because they're flying. They were up to like 30 bucks. So figured I'd send them and see what happens, but yeah. So my issue with Fanatics is it's great if you're looking to move stuff. I'm not looking to move them. These are my investments that I'm going to sit on for 3-4 years. Like these Numels. Because I believe, like, this is a finite card, right? How many of us peeled them? How many got peeled? How many are selling as the Dittos? There's a finite amount of these. So in 5 years, these could be $300 cards. Just because there's not enough on the market. It's not like they're like normal reverse hollows that they're in everything, right? They're a finite amount that got ripped, that got peeled. So I picked up, I think I have 30 of them total. I wish I would have gotten more, but I just didn't have the capital to put into that one because I was doing sealed and all the other things. But you should not have CS parent SKUs. I fixed that yesterday. Why are you still having that issue? I will look into that, dogs. I thought we had that fixed yesterday, didn't we? That's so odd. Yeah, you did a full wipe, but it shouldn't. It was the process I fixed, not your inventory. I'm going to mute myself so you guys don't have to listen to my thud, thud, thud. So once this website gets built and it's fully like operational in a couple months, oh, you're talking that. So I need to do a full wipe of your. Oh, I didn't think about that. So if you wiped your inventory, your combined SKUs did not get deleted. You have not imported any new listings yet, have you? So I need to wipe that. Okay, let me wipe this quick. Okay, we may have to wipe those and just re-import it. Sorry, I thought you meant you pulled in the CSV again and it was all off. I was like, I fixed that. What the heck? I was about to get very angry with Claude and swear at him. I do that occasionally. Would not recommend it. They have very witty comebacks. But yeah, I was like, I fixed that. How's it breaking again? But no, that makes more sense. That you just need it wiped. It's like, how did I manage that? Giving me a heart attack over here. I can't afford to lose any more hair, man. I'm at my limit. Oh, scan. All right. Any other questions on the website or anything as we're kind of just chilling, scanning? Happy to answer anything. But no, that's an easy fix, dogs. I got it running right now. It'll clear all that. You'll probably have to do a full eBay sync. So on the inventory page, you'll have to click sync. But no big deal. All right, there's that 500. Boom. All right, on to the next folder. We're making some strong waves today. You are planning on wiping your TCG player as well, right? Before I have it completely wipe your inventory and everything associated. I would assume so. Okay. I'll have it leave the on-hand stuff. Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure I don't bone on anything. That's important. That would be unpleasant. Alright, do. These stacks look like they're going to be a blast from the past. Got some sun and moon. Yeah, I'm wiping it all. Tiger, I have... What? I have this box, so 4,000. I just pulled out some 4,000, and then I have half of that box, about 2,000. So 6,000 cards is all I got left till I'm pre-wipe. Oh, so you want the unlisted ones. Wipe 2 on hand, okay. Yeah, not bad at all. We're getting there. I'm going to eventually wipe, I said earlier, but my One Piece and my Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll wipe. I'll also probably end up wiping my sports. Just to try to clean it. My Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll do methodically. Same with One Piece, I only have, 3,000 cards, so it won't be bad. But Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll do by box, by SKU. That way it's not just everything at once. Just because I'm continuing to list Yu-Gi-Oh! Currently and all that, so... Alright, make sure I switch my folder over. Yep. 501, perfect. Here we go. It doesn't move bad. I'm looking to expand into it. I have a bunch of rares that I purchased and a bunch of common uncommons, but I probably move 5 to 10 a week at 199 floor. So it's not bad. Not bad at all. Dogs, your inventory should be completely wiped as well as your combines, your listings, orders. Everything should be completely wiped. So if you do Control-Shift-R, it'll refresh your entire page and it should reflect that. All right. Another 100 card stick. Perfect. Let me know if you have any issues. It should be a lot simpler without the uploader SKUs, so you just let me know how I can help. Shoot. All right, here we go. Another stick. Just so you guys know, I'll probably stream for about another 20-25 minutes, and then I will call it. I gotta finish laundry, and the kids will be up soon, and all that fun things. Gotta go grab them. Get laundry done, do some stuff around the house. Wife just texted me. Apparently I need to put air filters in the car and yeah, all that sorts of fun stuff. So things add up, right? That is life. Good times. Alright, another 100 stack. Boom. 3 more for this row. My goal, Tiger, it's your question, is to have all of Pokemon done by tomorrow. Be completely reset. I started a few yesterday. I think one releases Sunday, another releases Monday. So they'll be coming very soon. I just don't want to overwhelm my YouTube. So I'm trying to find that happy medium. Because, right, I could make a bunch of them and put them all out, but it's like, the algorithm might be pissed if I release 5 on one day. So just trying to find that happy medium. I do have help guides and all that created that's on the page, but the actual videos will come soon. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope it changes people's perspectives on their business and allows them to expand and grow, and hoping it'll be a huge asset. Oh, that's a good idea, Paul. I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. Thank you for that. That's actually a great idea. So yeah, I will work on that this weekend probably. Good stuff. Yeah, no, that's smart. Very smart. Right now I just have a folder on my computer. I do want to try to figure out a few new features for the website. So I'm kind of paused on new adds to it. It's more just enhancements at this point. Of, okay, let's make sure everything's functioning, firing correctly, as we start getting increased data usage. And as you guys can see by all the activity I am doing, I am absolutely throttling the API. In the past, I looked a little bit ago, in the past 24 hours, I have done over 30,000 API calls just myself, not including what other beta testers are doing and all of that. So I'm trying to crush it to see how much we can do in one day, kind of thing. Because that may be a limitation if it scales. And do I use auto push? So I do for combines, but I require like the button, like you were watching earlier. I go in and I click the actual list buttons. because I still want to see all of my cards, especially for like eBay. I don't care, right? Combines, I can combine those later. But TCG Player, with it assigning to those specific ID SKUs, I still like to review them and make sure they're not deck exclusives and anything like that. That's gonna that's gonna hurt me down the road. Don't get me wrong, there's that risk, right? So I would encourage you to check your CSVs that it populates just to make sure nothing got messy and all that as I work on the matching features. Because there's always going to be that risk. Like we were talking at the beginning of this video, for those of you that weren't here, all other like scan and identify softwares, you can go in and it allows you to assign it. Like I was using Card Uploader, and 50% of the cards I did in a batch yesterday were inaccurate. So that gives me a real-time opportunity to change them, and right now the way this is set up, it does not. So we're looking on how do we automate that, how do we make it easier, that kind of thing. Trigger trade. How'd you get in this pile? Alright, there's that 500. Next folder. Just kind of mowing through them. Good times. Let the good times roll. What time are we at? I'll probably stream another 15, 20. Ooh, that doesn't sound fun. Tri-State, I don't know if I could afford that. I have everything very, very close tied. I have specific parameters around Claude and any other AIs I use that you don't go above X limit, which bit me in the butt once because the website, I got a text from one of the beta testers and was like, hey, it's down, I got a 404 error. I'm like, okay, let me look. And yeah, I was over my limits for the day. Yeah, I can imagine that was not fun. You see all these horror stories online about major companies paying out millions in AI fees right now. I'm like, oof. That makes sense. Yeah, that would not be good. All right. That one. Did I switch my folder? I think I did. Now I'm paranoid because I sometimes forget. Nope, I did. Perfect. I didn't change the file name, but that's not the end of the world. That's mainly just for me. Oh, look, I just sold a Yu-Gi-Oh card I listed a little bit ago. Look at that. Good times. Good times. That would be 101. There we go. Now it's all on the up and up. Now I know what we're doing. But yeah, those of you asking, Yu-Gi-Oh! Bulk sells fairly well, even modern bulk, on eBay and TCG Player. I don't have an issue moving it on either platform, so. I still think somebody should create a Yu-Gi-Oh! Database, kind of like Mana Pool, that's just Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. That'd be kind of neat. Platform for it. So many things you could do with that. There we go, that stack. You've increased your prices or you've decreased? Oh, you mean increase like you're buying prices. Got it. Yeah, I've bought quite a bit. I significantly lowered mine. That way I didn't get any more because I'm still sitting on, what, 12,000 Yu-Gi-Oh! Bulk. So I need to get through all of my inventory and all of that before I even look at buying any more. I just can't keep up. I'll be honest, Tri-State, with everything you have going on, I'm surprised you have time to scan and list cards. That is impressive to me, my friend. You're getting sealed submissions? I haven't got a single one. I'll probably reach out and ask what your prices are because I'm curious. Dogs, let me see. TCG export eligibility seems off. Did you go in and do the Chrome extension, or are you talking the export? So like the CSV? So as long as you update it, so if I pull it up here, so like mine said 82 there, now it says 85. It's just it updates with the prices. It probably hadn't synced yet. Would be my opinion, because I used to have the pricing and eligibility on this page, but it was just a lot having it in two places, so it's just the one page here. But this piece I just built a little bit ago. I'm trying to figure out how do I make this cleaner, and this is obviously not it. It's a hot mess. But trying to figure out how do we do it different ways, and whether you want to do it conservative, balanced, or aggressively moving them, and different percentages. So I also have it set here of any type of card you want to do. So if you just want to do commons, you could put it at X dollar amount, that kind of thing. So I want to set it for just commons, uncommons. That way I can make it easier and all of that fun stuff. So commons, what I'm thinking about doing on TCG players, my commons, uncommons will go to 20 cent floor. My reverse hollows and hollows will probably go to 35 or 40. And see if I can get multi-card sales doing that, pushing the lower end, but having higher end to higher prices, that kind of thing. Because if I can do that all from here, that saves me a lot of time. A lot of time and effort. So I want that tab. All right. All right, next one. Next stack of cards. All right. Getting ready for a nap. Where's AVA when you need him? Put me to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. I was teasing him this morning. I was watching one of his YouTube videos, and I was in with the kids putting them to bed, had my headphones in. I woke up after his video ended. He put me to sleep. I was like, I haven't taken a nap in a long time. His video put me to sleep. Couldn't tell if it was because his voice was soothing or if it was boring. I told him it was boring, but it's a little thing sometimes. My printer is not having it. I need to clean it, starting to get that mark in the center. Do. Clean it before I finish these last two. Oh yeah, it's dusty. Dusty. It's amazing how dusty it gets. 500. Charmanders. Saw Slowpoke and I got excited. I thought it was the Stellar Crown one. I was like, oh, I'm rich. Those things are flying for some reason. Some ungodly reason. Granted, Slowpoke, but don't get it. I didn't get it. Do. Look at that. At least they're not smudging. That's what matters. So, Dogs, did you end up doing the extension or did you just use the CSV? Morbidly curious how that setup went for you if you set it up. For the button press, that is. Stack done. Nice. Nice. Let me know how it goes. I think you're the first person to test it. I think I'm a little too small fry for them there, Cozy. A little too small fry. Maybe in a couple years. Or maybe there will be another platform that steps in and starts scanning. Who knows what time will tell. I'm just out here doing my own thing and enjoying what I'm doing. Like I say, every time. I built this for me, so as long as with my expenses, as long as I get to the point of... sorry, I read Dogs' message. Dogs, I'm confused. Love Ball Energy, are you talking card uploader? Or are you talking like the Loomis Live? But yeah, as long as I get to the point where, let's just say I have 100 people that are on it, or whatever that break-even number is, as long as I get to my break-even expense number, I don't care. Not looking to get rich from it. I'm just looking to help grow the community. Because I think this could change the game for a lot of folks. Especially if we're able to keep it at the $10 mark. It could change so many lives. Yeah. None of the balls match right, man. It's Cozy's life story. That one was mean. That was a dig, Cozy. Hope it was okay. You can be my friend. You can be my friend. Oh, okay. Well, how's that song go? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? That's how it goes, right? At least that's what I tell myself. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't need any more explanation. Oh, these looks like they're all trainers. Oh, just a little, not too bad. Alright. Next stack 500. I think I collected the right folder. I did. Perfect. Perfect-licious. Alright, those of you that are just joining, thanks for being here. We're just scanning cards, hanging out. If you have any questions about Loomis Live, my wonderful website, you just let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll happily stop what I'm doing and we can go through it. Just trying to get my store completely put back together. I have what? After these, I'll have about 3,000 left, so we're getting there. Still got to list them, but oh, they had some upside down cards. Yikes. Good thing they'll combine and do a different listing. Don't have to worry about it. And if anybody isn't a subscriber and you want to see some cool analytics, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that number will pop 265. Cozy tested it for me last stream. He unsubscribed just so he could subscribe again. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch the analytics. Oops, I don't want to double scan that. We're just out here having a cardboard fun life. Talking to myself. So, I'm going to show you those colors work best for me. You can set it up however you so choose. I have a customization tool built in, Cozy, where you could make it pink if you wanted to. You could make it blue. You could make it orange. You could do whatever your heart desires. You want your background red? You can change your background to pink. It doesn't matter what you do. That one didn't seem to work. I had to test that one a little more. It's sticking on black for some reason. Yeah, I went a little blue. But, yeah. So, completely customizable. You can do whatever you want to do. You can customize your tabs. You want to customize your widgets? You want to customize what you log in and see every day? Do it. You can change what page you log into. You can change your font. You want to see like Mary Poppins? Change your font. You want to change your text size because you're old and you want it to be large? Change it to large. Oh, so I got to use this dot to do it. Okay. Fair enough. So that's just not triggering. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. That's good to know. It's actually kind of neat. Whoa. That's really bright. But yeah, so moral of the story, Cozy, you can be whoever you want to be in life. I am here to support you on your journey to success, even if it means changing your colors for you. It's a great time. It's a great time to be here. All right, back to scanning. Did that answer your question, Cozy? Ah, gotcha. Tri-State, thank you for that. Good to know. See, I'm learning. I'm learning all the things. Also, Cozy, I'm going to tease you. You not watch my video yesterday where I said everything's customizable literally 19 times? I don't think it was that many, but darn near felt like it. I want to make a place where you're happy and you want to be here. Math is hard. I just had to count what number I'm on. Knew that'd make you laugh. I'm good at that. $100 down the best. Another one bites dust. Dogs, what do you mean, where's the extension? I'm very confused. You went in and set it all up and followed the help manual and all that, right? Because you have to go and add it to TCG Player and do some syncs and log in with your credentials because it's yours. And I don't store any of that, nor will I ever want to. So, your responsibility. I'm just your resource. Alright guys, after I finish this 500 stack, so in 5 minutes, I'm probably going to hop off. Should probably go eat some lunch, change some air filters, all that fun jazz, do the laundry. This thing's driving me bananas. My YouTube keeps airing out my messages. Alright, just about done. There it is. One more stack. Done. Got 2 more stacks to go. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Anybody have any questions I can answer for you before we call it here in a little bit? Happy to answer any questions that come up about the website, about my hairline, about life. Just kidding, don't ask me my questions. That's what Claude and ChatGPT are for. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. One more stack. Look at that. There ain't nothing chiseled about this. It's pure fat. So let me just... those colors changed. They're going to mess with me. I'm going to change them back. On the What's New tab, at the top here, the Helps and Guides, should be the TCG Player Full Sync. Do you not have that? I'm asking because I don't know if I pushed it out. There was some stuff I pushed out, some stuff I didn't. So let me know if you did not get this on the help guides. Because that should be all you need for the extension. You don't have that? Okay. Let me make sure it gets pushed out. I will get that pushed out here momentarily so you can view it. Might help if you had that. For some reason I thought I did it, but must not have. Alright, last stack of 100. Here we go. No guide. Okay. Sounds good. I'll get it pushed out here. Oh no, it's on my end, Tri-State. It's on my end. For some reason, it's gated, even though I didn't tell it to do it. is my final stack. Look at that. Alright. Lowball offers on them. Is that you that's messing with my store today? I've gotten a lot of lowball offers. Alright guys, I think I am going to call it here. Thanks for hanging out with me while I scanned cards for 2 hours. We got what? I got about 9,000 cards scanned in. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright guys, we will see you later. Thanks for being here, and you have a fantastic rest of your day.